But if it's on the note,
Middle.
people know. Please eat something before Shabbos. Oh, we're still in Hanukkah.
Yeah.
The Seminary is still lighting.
Till
It's always by Chabad. The Yom Kippur is always to the next.
yeah.
It's Shana Mobedet, the whole extra month.
Exactly.
Yes, that's the learning.
Exactly.
Rabbi, you always taught us that the simcha from one holiday needs to bring us to the simcha to the next holiday.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. Exactly.
Peretz Levi Sanfada.
Nemesis says, I wanted to finish off the last simon, but I won't do so because Hayom Kotzim is hanging später a little. We'll leave it maybe for another time. I just the Indian that we started about the Rebbe shit about chinuch b'hidur mitzvah. So since already
It's
went
very, very topic in Chabad.
So I typed it up and I sent it to the artist of Yudim for good job. Yeah.
Over there?
Yeah.
Wow. You only want to cook.
Yeah. Now listen, like some shluchim have to contribute. If it's not just if shluchim don't contribute, then it's. So I really want to finish off talking about it but let's start the next simon which is obviously. Oh, I want to tell you, I didn't look in the sikha, but I thought about. First of all, I don't know if Sunday made it so clear. The Rebbe's word, what the story about God. You remember the story about God? When they went to fight, God had Mesidus Nefesh. The Rebbe is saying that why, what Rashi says,
Half of God.
right? No, half of Menashe.
Bnei God, Bnei
The Reuven B'chatzi Shevet Menashe.
Oh, right.
That the reason why Rashi says Bnei God first is because B'Shas they had the war. Everyone knew that God had the most Mesidus Nefesh.
The way they cut their body.
They had the most Mesidus Nefesh. And that's why the enemy were terrified of the Jews, because they knew if they fall into the hands of God, this is not left-wing Tel Aviv peacemakers. They fall into they fall into the hands of Bnei God. They lose their hand and their fist right away in one shot. They Mesidus Nefesh. So why would anyone ever say Ein Lachem Chelek B'Elokei Yisrael? Obviously, it has to be many generations later, when all the legends about Bnei God will be forgotten. Rashi is trying to contrast Yesh Mochesh Achshav, which is mamish right now, Yesh Mochesh Achal Zman, they'll be very, very, very long. That's why he's saying Ha'omer Gabi Bnei God and Bnei Reuven.
First say God.
First say God. Who is ever going to say, while the people from God are alive, they'll say Ein Lechem Chelek L'Yisrael? So מה, אתה מדבר אליי? מי מדבר? אני בצה"ל, אני הייתי בגולני.
אני נלחם בראשון.
כן, מה אתה אומר לי? is nicht שייך. אלא מאי? Benechem Levanenu means many generations later, much den ganzen vergessen von der Gewude of the Mesidus Nefesh of Bnei God. So that's why Rashi says, Ha'omur gabe Bnei Brod Bnei Reuven. Now you asked the Shaila, I didn't look further in the Sikha. The emphasis the Sikha is like the Rebbe a lot of times when he said it, it was more easy to understand. It was easier to understand. Then when it was worked out with the Sikhas, sometimes the Rebbe changed a few things. Whatever. I still didn't, but still, you asked the question: why is Rashi repetitive? Rashi says, "Yesh machshu achshav, yesh machshu lachazman, yesh machshu achshav kigon zeh, yesh machshu lachazman." K'moy mochayim b'neichem lebanenu chulu hamagav b'nei Gad b'nei Reuven. I was thinking it could be. The Rebbe is not saying it befedish in Sikh. It could be like this. The Rebbe is saying that there's two things going on in Rashi. One is Rashi was worried about. Earlier he said that there's opinion that Kochu habachoyd is b'midbar and loy Kochu. So he's trying to accommodate for both. So right away Rashi is saying two things. Yesh mochashu achshav. So if you're going to say Kochu habachoyd is b'midbar, right now the kid is going to go to a pidyon ben in 5 minutes, and after the pidyon ben he's going to ask Maza Abba. Yesh mochashu lachazman. The other opinion that says that loy Kochu b'midbar. Then that's going back to the previous pasuk. Then Benegea, what's Negea here? So Rashi is saying Yesh mochashu achshav. Now he's going to our pasuk. Yesh machshu achshav to go in there. It seems like Rashi is more noita really that's the pshat in the pasuk. However, there is a machshu lachazman, and we see it befedish in the pasuk.
But
Okay.
then we say like the Rambam, you know, he's supposed to give a cloud, then give details. Rashi come to say over
I don't know
also.
because it seems like in a lot of here. I would say
Rashi said, let me give you a cloud. Now,
Kenzan. I just it seems like in another Rashi says
Shot.
Kenzan.
Kenzan.
Okay, let's start this in.
Today we learn about the prayers, the chitas, the makas prayers.
What does that? Yeah.
Dafka by this, the kid going to say, this tayag mitzvahs. Only by prayer the kid will say, and the Abishta worry about later on. After this mitzvah, this tayag mitzvahs, why you not why any other mitzvah?
Right. That there's a schidush that they beshtevd in the kaddish the prayer after for this.
But it's something by prayer that it's unique than anything else.
What are the Rav add tonight?
I didn't add much. I didn't really add. I just clarified. I think I didn't. Okay. Amadlik v'leidishim mevorach shalosh brachos. Lahadlik ne'er Chanukah v'she'osa nisim v'shechionu. I already chapped the mechaber by mistake. This is lahadlik ne'er Chanukah. It's shel Chanukah. Im loy beirach zman v'leidishim mevorach belel sheni oike sheyizker. So sagt the Mishnah Brura. Gemara v'chol ha'pois gemisa ne'er shel Chanukah.
Is anybody else said shel?
I think only Chabad.
Well,
I think only Chabad says Ner Chanukah.
Without the word shel.
Yeah, I love this. I love telling the story. I was in Krakow in the base Chabad, in the Alter Shul, the Yekel Shul, the Rabbi Yaakov Yekel Shul. There's a whole story with Rabbi Yaakov Yekel. So there's an old shul. The base Chabad was there for many years. Yeah, and the Yid comes in. Maza b'Chabad. Kol davar b'Chabad afuch. He says the whole Welt says Vayom David el God Sarli Niplala whatever.
Yeah.
And Chabad says LaDavid Hashem Nachzi Esa. I'm sitting as a and his guy is screaming Maza b'Chabad. From the other door comes in a guy he was officially the chief rabbi of Krakow. A young guy, like a sort of chardal, or a chavakuk, Chabad Breslov cook type of guy. It was a Talmud Chacham actually. He says, what do you talk about? It's a din mefurish that you have to say L'David Hashem Nafshi Esa. Shechnar says that we're scared for the sakona, that if you don't say with kamona, so you get punished. But the Alter Rebbe didn't care. We have to do.
He thought,
The guy knew right away on the spot. And he showed it to him. The truth is, like, this is a funny, again, the emesis taket, the Gemara says, Hadik Ner Shel Chanukah. And the Mishnah Berurah is right. Ner Shel Chanukah. But the problem is that the Shulchan Aruch says Lahadik Ner Chanukah. So the Shulchan Aruch probably had a different gears in the Gemara. Not only that, not only that, the Marshal says that there has to be one word. But really, Mishnah Berurah is not explaining it well because why should it be one word, not two words? He says because by Shabbos, you say Lahadik Ner Shel Shabbos. There's Shabbos, there's me, there's a candle. Chanukah, we want to emphasize that Ein Onashus L'Shtamish Behem Elo L'Rois Mavad. So we want to say Lahadik Ner Chanukah. It's the Ner and Chanukah is Ein Zach. It isn't two different things. So, you have to know Chochmas Adiktor.
When we say the word
Shel, I don't know. So in today's Hebrew, there's no explanation.
Chanukiah makes sense.
Uh-huh.
If they call it Chanukiah.
No, it's saying when you say Shel Shabbos, it's kilu. In the word Shel Shabbos is mashma mutar l'shtamish loyda. But when you say Ner Shabbos or Ner Chanukah is mashma osir. I don't see how much you see in the words if you speak Hebrew, if you're thinking Hebrew. But in Diktuk Lashon HaKodesh, at least the Marshal and the Shalom think that way. And therefore, the word Shel Chanukah in one word is a little bit of a mishmash or monosech. Either you say Lahadik Ner Shel Chanukah or you say Lahadik Ner Chanukah. Shel Chanukah in one word is like a little funny. But anyway, the Shulchan Aruch doesn't say Lahadik Ner Shel Chanukah. It says Lahadik Ner Chanukah. Lapel, there's a reason for it. Because obviously, Shulchan Aruch had a gis in the Gemara that said Lahadik Ner Chanukah. and there's a hesber for it. L'poil, that's what the Alter Rebbe paskins. And the Siddur, the Alter Rebbe writes, Lahadlik Ner Chanukah. But I think Lubavitch is the only ones that say, I haven't seen anyone besides in Chabad. I think the whole Welt says Lahadlik Ner Shel Chanukah, because that's the way really it's the gears that we have in the Gemara. Lahadlik Ner Shel Chanukah. But the Alter Rebbe accepts the way it's in Shulchan Aruch, Lahadlik Ner Chanukah.
Rabbi, it's only the Lutraks that say shell. The Hasidim don't say shell.
Oh, the Chassidim don't?
No.
They say Lahadlik Ner Chanukah?
All the Hasidim.
All the Chassidim say Chanukah?
Yeah.
How is it in the Siddur Nusach Sephora, the Chassidish Siddur?
You'll probably see not shell. In a Nusach Ashkenaz, you're going to see shell.
Okay, Yishikoyach. Thank you very much. Okay.
This is the Siddur they don't know. Right, the Hasidim.
Where? Amakupton.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Nasi safe.
Right.
Nasi safe. Evanachsi.
The kids all go to the old yeshiva, so they bring back the cards.
The Sfaradim also don't say shell.
The Sfaradim also don't say shell?
Don't say shell, no.
You're right. You're right. Thank you so much. You're right. Was gerecht. Lahadlik ner Chanukah. I'm sorry. Thank you so much. Du mishpacha da nusach.
I'm sorry, but my kids bring home the things.
Oh.
I just say what it says.
Yeah, so there really is a reason to
Right.
say Chanukah.
Right.
Lahadlik ner Chanukah, according to the Shalom and the Marshal, is to emphasize it's also l'shtam shloida.
Right.
That's why by Shabbos we say Lahadlik ner Shel Shabbos. By Chanukah is Lahadlik ner Chanukah. Elamai Taka, the truth is, Gemara. It seems that the Gersa we have in the Gemara.
This is what?
This is Sfarad. Let me see. Also Sfarad. Let me see how they. What do you say, the bracha, Rabbi Talansky? Lahadlik ner Shel Chanukah or Lahadlik ner Chanukah? Ner Chanukah? Okay.
Chabad since he's young.
He's
been in Chabad since he's young.
Huh?
You've been in Chabad since you were a kid. 58, right?
Wow.
You don't know difference. You don't know difference.
Okay, so kiss.
What did Martaviel say by the Beisel?
Oh,
Shell.
what? Shell?
Shell?
Yeah.
Lama?
But it's funny.
No, but he says it's part of them also say.
Yeah, but he says shell.
He said shell?
Some say Shel Chanukah one word.
Some say shell Chanukah one word. Yeah, exactly. That's like the happy medium l'chayda. I see over here, Taka, the art scroll has a nusach sfarad, and they have shell in brackets. Kilu yesh v'yesh.
Should be a side.
Okay. Well. Okay.
You also said the L'Shem Echud before you light the Menayel.
You say l'shem yichud?
Okay.
Yeah?
I remember. No,
You say something
no.
before you light.
no,
But doesn't say.
Same like the Sir Seimer.
I don't. I wonder if I follow it. I don't remember.
If I don't see the Siddish guy.
Ovad Yosef said Nechan.
Ner Chanukah? Okay. Interesting. Thank you. Thank you.
You too.
Okay, what we're talking about here?
YouTube.
Rabbi Avad Yosef. Avad Yosef? Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay. Schön. Next, weiter. Okay, בזמן הזה ולא... ובזמן הזה, והגיענו לזמן הזה, עולם בחיריק ולא בפתה. Not lazman, or lizman.
Depends.
I don't know if there's a difference in Avona, but you hear sometimes Chazanim or not Makbid, they
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
But Alter Rebbe also says lizman. Okay. Okay, she is good. It's lemma. She's good. B'shar alayla shas adloka. In this gelacher adloka, ein mevarach b'layla zuoid. Now there's a beautiful order in the Sharatzin Gimel. We once kocht in it, and I don't want to go back to it right now.
What is the name of the He light the Menayel and forgets to make brachas.
He forgot to say the brachas, or he forgot to say shachion. So next night when he lights, he should make shachion. It's on you.
Unusual case.
Unusual case. I mean, basically, it really comes down to it. If you do Mitzvah and he didn't light yet, so like the first time he light Shechayonu. And what happens?
Even at the last day, you could make Shechayonu.
Right. So that's
his first time.
right. So then that's a shekel. Yeah. Okay. Weiter. Malel Rishon Ve'elach Mevorach Shtayim Lahadlik V'Shas Anisa. Vivorach Kol HaBrachos Kodim Shemadlik. All the brachos you have to do Kodim Shemadlik.
Not like Shabbos.
So now is the Shaila Zazai. We're going to talk about it in a minute, but let's before we talk Shailas, let's learn the Mishnah Brura. He says Shtayim Lahadlik Shas Anisim the Nes Kol Yom Isa Sherei Shmoina Kol Shmoina Yom Midlikum Min Apach. Every day there was a new Nes with the Shemin. But the Mitzad Zman, there's no Indian to say Shechionu every night. There's a lot of Shotim Achronim say why there's no, but Pashas, I mean, once you came to the time as the Medalep is Ibn Ayor, so what is there to say Shechionu again? Okay. The bracha always has to be before you do the mitzvah. You do the bracha and then the mitzvah. Right? Like you said, Shabbos, usually the bracha first. We pass and you have to do the brachas. What happens if a person lit the Chanukah and he forgot he didn't make a bracha? It's a funny case. How does that happen? Again, it could happen if time. Come to someone's house, you see a menorah and this, you knock on the door. Excuse me, sir, you're Jewish. I am. Oh, he already lit Chanukah candles, but he didn't make a bracha. She make if before he lit all the candles, he remembered. He should make all the brachas. Because there's a shaklavataria that maybe even after you lit in the whole half hour you should make the bracha. It's like it's sitting in the sukkah that even if you started eating, as long as you're eating, it's the so you could. There's two ways of looking. One would say hadloka is only that minute. I could say that the whole half hour. And the Bakiveger is Mesupik. He says no, that after you lit you can't make the bracha. Rak bechashos anisim. Chem bechashechayonu liyeshlo varchit still make the bracha of shechayonu. Whereas he said,
"Hadlik ner, and you're not."
Oh, you're right. You ready to light it?
Not doing it.
Exactly.
Is this anything different than he said before? Kishiskar? Kiveger is saying different? It's man.
No.
So what?
Because when he means nisker lachad loka, he means nisker. Mishabruda probably means not 1 minute achalad loka.
Oh, there's not.
He means probably that's what he means. Otherwise, like you said, it would be a stachastira minei obey. It would be a stira 3 lines from each other.
Well, that's what Kiveger's arguing.
No, but then the Mishabruda would mention it. I can't. Mishabruda is not going to be sois himself in 3 lines apart. He probably didn't. He meant to say, because if he meant to argue in a Bekivegi, he would have said. Yeah. He would have said. Okay. Before we go further, we're going to talk in a minute. There's two minhagim about how you do the alanis. I'm sorry, anedis alol. One minig, which is brought in the Shulchan Aruch from the Mashal, that you light, say, the 8th night of Hanukkah. You light the first candle, and as you're lighting the other 7 candles, you say anedis alol. Second minig is that you light all 8 candles, and then you say anedis alol. What's the machloikis over here? What's going on over here? What's the machloikis over here?
What he says in a Yom Yom.
The Alter Rebbe says the bracha should be before, and after you light all the candles, you should say Aneres Alol. That's Minik Chabad. Okay. So, what's the mocker of the two minhagim? What's the machloikis though? I would say the machloikis Agav Urcha. I mentioned that about it in Chanukah, that in the Masechah Sofrim, it sounds like Haneres Alolu is part of the bracha. It says you make 3 brachas. So Shekshon says when Lahadik Ne Chanukah, Haneres Alolu, the whole Nusach, Shos and Isim, and then Shechionu the other way. So it must have been that the Masechah Sofrim gehalten. Haneres Alolu is not stam a piznim. It's not a song. It's a chelik of the bracha. Agam, the Maril must have the Beis Yosef brings the Maril who says that the Sefer Chesofrim holds that you make the bracha not overless yosem, holds like the Yishalmi, you make the bracha lachas yosem. Why? There must have been that the Maril. I don't understand. It doesn't make sense. How do you start? You make a Sheket Shana Tzosef. It's one of the Ner Shal Shabbos Kodesh, and then you start singing a whole Lechunerana Lechodoid, and then you light the candle. That's what Mishagas was like. You have to, when you make a bracha, what do you start singing? What's happening singing Pismoinus? So he said, could be that the Masechah Sofrim gehalten that that all the brachas, I said lachas yosan. We don't pass in that way. We don't pass in that way. I think that you can see a different shot in Masechah Sofrim.
Say after Siyasan, so I can say this.
So then, who cares that there's a hefsek? The whole thing that is a problem with a hefsek is Laman Dom the Bavli. That every bracha must be over Lasiyosam. But like the Shalmi, which we don't pass in this way, that it doesn't have to be over Lasiyosam. So what do you care?
But I'm doing it anyway, so I should follow through. If I started doing it over Lasiyosam, so why am I singing?
No, I'm making all 3 brachas Lachasiyosam. So yeah, that's why the Menil angeteicht to say Masechah Sofrim.
Even the first day,
He's saying all the brachas after he lights. That's why the Maril was thinking, like, what was going on with the Masechah Sofrim that angehakt a whole song over here, middle of the 2 brachas. If it's you making it over Lasiyosam, so what are you making a hefsek? But you make a bracha lahadik ner Chanukah. Why aren't you lighting a hepson singing on Eretz Halol?
Also, the first day you make another Chanukah, you don't light. You say another bracha,
and another. So therefore, he thought that it's all after, because I think there may be another pshat, that the pshat in the Masechah Sofrim is the Masechah Sofrim thought that Aneres Halolu is nishkin hefsek. Aneres Halolu is a chelik of the bracha. So how could it be a hefsek? It's a long bracha richte. It's a long hefsek.
Maybe the whole Neir Shabesa, so anything after 1, you're already.
It's 1 second. But you're getting ready to what I'm trying to say. So anyway, so that's Hagdama Klolus to. Okay, now let's get to the machloikis of the 2 minhagim. 1 minhag is you light 1 candle and then you sing an Eretz Halolu, and while you're lighting the other ones, in other words, you light all candles and sing Eretz Halolu. If you remember, the Rebbe in the Sikha brought that there's a machloikis.
Each ner is a mitzvah.
It's in the if it's in the Gavra the Chefts. The Rebbe said like this. There's 2 ways of learning the Mahadir and the Mahadir and Min Mahadir. One way of learning is that it's a Hidur in the Gavra. One it's in the Chefts. The Rebbe said that this is the Machloikis in the Gemara. One opinion says that why do we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, it's Keneged Yom HaManichnosim, that we're counting the days of Chanukah. The other opinion says no. Well, what's the Machloikis? The Rebbe says, according to the opinion that we're counting the days of Chanukah, it's a hider, it's in the keftza. It's a shishaynt. How many days of the miracle? It's 6 days of the miracle. 7 days of the miracle of Chanukah. So it's a hider in Ner Chanukah. The other opinion says, no, it's a general thing of Mailam HaKodesh, of Garnish Shatan, it's in the Gavra. The Rebbe says, my nafkamina, the machloikis that's brought in the Acharon. If a person had, say, the 4th night of Chanukah, he only has 1 candle. So he lights 1 candle. He made a bracha, he lit 1 candle. 20 minutes later, his neighbor says, I see you only have 1 candle. I have another 3 candles for you. Should he make now bracha or not?
He said no.
So, no, he says the machloikis.
No, but we pass
not. So the Rebbe says this is the machloikis.
It's the Gavra, not the.
If you say it's in the Gavra, the mitzvah. What do you mean lahadlik ner shel Chanukah? Lahadlik ner Chanukah. What's in this? But if you say it's a hidur, in the cheftza of the mitzvah, Chazal said that there's 3 ways of doing the mitzvah of Chanukah. This is an enhancement. It's enhanced Chanukah. So then you make the bracha. So I would say, by the way, now that I looked at it in the sugya, There's a long Magen Avram about this in Simut Reish Aleph, Hilchos Chanukah. All the Rishonim, according to the Magen Avram, hold that you do make the bracha again. The only problems come from the Pre-Chodesh, the Pri-Megadim. I'm not sure Laloch already. It's not such a Safek bracha in my mind. If all the Rishonim hold one way, but
we say, like, if somebody light the menorah and after 2 minutes it's shadow, oh, you made a bracha, that's it.
yeah,
It's still a different thing. You made the bracha gladly. You made that look.
right.
2 minutes later it's shadow.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
that's
did the
it.
mitzvah.
Light
So
it again.
that's
Light
the
it again, but don't
but
make
the
the bracha.
Hefza hold no, because you did the mitzvah, but you didn't do the Mahadrim, and the Mahadrim is a chelik from the mitzvah Chanukah, because you can make a bracha. Kaponim, now that we know this, I was thinking to myself, this is maybe the machlokes in two minhagim. One minig holds that the first candle is the mitzvah, Now, Aneiras Alalu, it might not be stam apizman biyal. First of all, the Aneiras Alalu was a takona from Chachamim that it's brought in Mesachas Sofer. It's not like Moaz Sur. It's a song that was made. It's a Mesachas Sofer. So it makes sense to say right away, right after you, and the Mesachas Sofer itself holds that you should say Aneiras Alalu before Elamai. We can't. It's weird. How can you say such a thing? It's too much for us to do that. So he said, we'll say it after. Let's do it right away after. But that's the shita that holds that the one candle, that's the mitzvah. The rest is on the gavre. But if you hold like the other shita, that all 8 candles is a chelik of in the cheft, so the mitzvah, it's an enhanced way of doing Chanukah. So why are you singing Aneiras Alalu in the middle of doing the mitzvah? Finish lighting the 8 candles, and then start singing Aneiras Alalu. That's the machlokes in the Tuma and Hog. Beautiful. Now the Rebbe Akiva Eigen introduces some middle shit between the Gavra and the Chefza. He says like this: if the Mishnah Berurah says if you make a bracha and then your neighbor comes knocking on your door, he doesn't talk about it, but he says, well, what happens if a person forgot to make a bracha?
You said it before.
He forgot. Hidlik nechana v'shachel avarach al kos. Rakoidim shidlik kulam niskad alayim yeshel avarach al brachas. And it's mashma from him that if he already made the bracha, then they bring him extra candles. But so basically, he's sort of like a middle shita. You can never make 2 times the bracha lahadlik ner shel Chanukah. But if you didn't yet make the bracha, so yemot kemen noch machen the bracha. That's sort of
If somebody forgot and he light the menorah,
and he lit all 8 candles. This is the 8th night of Hanukkah, and he already lit all 8 candles. Can't make a bracha. Malasot. He already made. We didn't lahat Hanukkah. The shingit in the licht. What are you saying a bracha now? But if you only lit 1 or 2, you can still make the bracha. So mashma from him that a little bit it is in the chefts. But it's sort of a middle sheet. So I looked back at the Sikha and I saw half of a fella. There's a footnote that the Rebbe has in the Sikha. Half of a fella. The Rebbe entertains, and you can see from it, it's the Rebbe's pencil because it's like brackets, end brackets, question mark before end brackets, whatever. You could tell when it's the Rebbe's Ksaviyat. The Rebbe writes that Ramos says in Simut Shayin Dalad, Iker mitzvah se'ene el ner ech v'ashor ene la mitzvah kol kach.
in other words, not you. Let's say
Ene mitzvah, no, the Rebbe's diuk is kol kach. Yishay ashor ene la mitzvah. What does it mean? Ene mitzvah kol kach. It's mashma, a little bit of mitzvah it is, aval ene kol kach. What's the pshat? Huh? What do you mean that's it's not a Maimach Siddur over here? We write the Indian ene mavur kol kach. What's this kol kach is a Siddur a lot. What do you mean? What kind of in Nigle doesn't in the Yeshiva Shevet Nishta Zach kol kach? You say Iker mitzvah se'ene el nechad v'ashor ene el mitzvah. What's kol kach? So the Rebbe says Ev shel avavas of shnei fanim. Aleph lechol aleim shnei mitzvah. Makol makom ene Iker mitzvah. Now listen to this brackets. Telling you that I ever wrote it with his pencil. Ve'ein mevorchim aleim b'fnei atzmam. Question mark and brackets. What did the Rebbe say? I think what the Rebbe is saying is like this. There is a way within Chefza you could say that the first candle is more la mitzvah than the other ones. So So therefore, if he didn't make it a bracha, if he did not make it, forget. He lit 1, 2, 3. Oh, he didn't make a bracha. But the rest is not stama hider bialma. It's also a hefza, but it's not. So you could still make the bracha. But if he already lit a one candle, and half hour later his neighbor knocks on his door, then that's already, you can't make a bracha. They're not. But that's sort of, the Rebbe is giving a hezbollah for maybe the middle shita. Okay. That's it.
So what does she do? A person would light menorah and forgot to make a bracha.
What?
A person would light Hanukkah menorah
Yeah.
and forgot to make a bracha. What does she do?
No, you can't do anything. He already did the mitzvah.
Can you put?
There's nothing to do.
You have to go to the neighbor and say you didn't light yet.
He could do. That he could do. He could do. That he could do. He could do.
What about the duration?
It's unusual case.
What about
And who forgets to make the bracha?
what about the duration? How long it's lit? Is that part?
No, he's saying
No,
Even if
no.
one second, you
One
put-
second, once you lit it,
you didn't make a bracha, you
Yeah.
can't put it out right away
No.
and relight. it.
no,
Mhm.
no. It's
The
called
point
saying
is-
Zokah.
The point is the ladli, the adloka,
Right.
made the mitzvah.
You did the mitzvah. Okay. But anyway, to summarize, this is that middle shit that Kivega. Kivega always likes to make things complicated. But if we shouldn't think about the middle case, we should just think about the two, the polar opposites, the Yesh Machash Achshav and Machal Achazman, the two. So there's the Gavra and the Cheftza. One opinion says that one candle, that's the mitzvah. The rest is Ma'ala Makaidish. But it's nothing to do with Chanukah. And one opinion says no. The other things is showing that obviously the miracle on day 3 was more than the miracle of day 1. Day 6, the miracle was even bigger. So therefore, it's a hidden in their Chanukah. So just like this is the Rebbe saying the difference of the two shittas, Lagabe, if he didn't have all the candles in the beginning and now he had more candles, the same thing, that would be the hezbed in Anedis Alolu. And if you say that the first is La Mitzvah and the rest is Tam, Al Mailam Bekoidish, Adin and the Gavre, and we know that the Mesevcha, so from a Gehalten, Zer Stark, and Zal Zogna Anedis Alolu, so we don't pass to say Anedis Alolu before, but we say it afterwards. I say right away after you light the first candle, as you're lighting the other 7 candles. Done that all 8 candles is a hidden in the etzem mitzvah, and that's the yedua that a lot of the poets said the Chanukah is the Rosh Hashanah Chetz Neides v'Halocha Kebezilo. Agam, that I saw that there's a Shaklatari, the Rebbe says that the Pidiktuk Chanukah is without a vav. If you look at Hilchos Chanukah, there's no vav here. But a yois, it's the sound. The sound is like the vav. Is it does.
That's nearest Kihilo.
I want to say the halacha kebezilo. So anyway, it's already in the skabel, but Tfusas Yisrael that it's ches neides halacha kebezilo, and that keilu that we're counting the days. I mean, that's not halacha kebezilo. We could say for another reason. But anyway, so if ebazoi, it makes sense to say Adneides Elul only after you lit all the candles. I think Lepoil, that's the minik posher today.
What happens for the night of Hanukkah? And for some reason you thought it's the 2nd night of Hanukkah. You made the brocha, you light 3 candles, that's it. All of a sudden you're looking from the window of your neighbor and you see, hey, it's 4 candles today. Not
Good question. So the Pashtos, you did the mitzvah. There is a Ksav Sofer, a tshuva from the Ksav Sofer. He says you Bechlal didn't do the mitzvah. There was a bracha levatola. You make it then. Why? If you did 1 candle, you did the mitzvah. Then you should base it. Now it's the 4th night, and you did 3 candles.
The mitzvah.
You makalkal.
It is do a shchita, you don't do a shchita. It's not a
There's
shchita.
no half.
So now
You
you
makalkal.
have to do again. Do you add a 4th one?
No, now you decide. You blow out the candles, and now you decide. You want to do 1 or 4? 3 you can't do.
And you have to do a bracha again.
Now you have to do a bracha
Must
one.
do.
Yeah. That was a bracha vatal. That's what Ksav Sofer says. It makes sense. Now here it's a big chiddush because like yesh b'chal masayim money. I could have done 1 candle.
People say dying and also feel Tosfos. Don't do other Masiyos, no?
Right.
The Tosfos tries to give an answer then maybe it is regular siyasin because you dry your hands out.
Right. That's right.
Some go mamish before you wash, one goes after the first, some hold you even do after the second nativa. After you dry your hands, you can also make a bro.
All right. This has to do with what we're doing now, really, a little bit.
By mikveh, I think the women do it first and then make a bracha.
Okay, so a lot of the times we try to do like still the shiori. We try to make the bracha before a little bit of the shiori mitzvah, like
But the
which.
other, it's okay, but the other is tough.
Okay.
Do right.
Okay, let's do a little more, and then Siv Gimel. One second, do we have a minion here?
Peretz is a chiyuv. No, Peretz is a chiyuv tonight.
I'm
So you don't say.
You're staying?
Thank you.
Okay, you know what? Next sif is already a whole sugi of Fneatzma, so let's leave it a mitzvah. Continue next week. David shall help that everything we do, even after Chanukah, that should be always in the way of Milam B'Kodesh.
Amen.
Always in the way of Milam B'Kodesh. Because it's not a din in Chanukah. We just discovered that Milam B'Kodesh is not a din in Chanukah. It's a din every day a year. Yid is to be always Milam B'Kodesh Ve'im Meridim.
Chanukah who you?
Yeah, a ganze Jahr darf Yid sein Milam B'Kodesh.
You know, Charlie Buttons.
Yeah.
Didn't do like tonight's the 79th night.
Yeah.
Where is he?
I think like it's some like an old
In a nursing home in Williamsburg.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's over 100, close to 100 years old.
Really?
Yeah?
So he'd come to my house and whatever, or Shavuos, and he'd say, tonight's 200th night of
Remember, he says, bum them. Bum them. You should bum the arrow.
Oh.
My mother is there now, so I was with her Shabbos.
Tonight,
Sure.
I came from
You might
Charlie
have
Rashida.
Buttons. The same we have.
Your mother is
How are you?
in Williamsburg.
Yeah.
No, I like your Tzahal cap.
Charlie Buttons. Still wears his hat.
Oh, yeah?
My son is
He's
my son is an active duty.
this cup is still functioning.
Still says the same thing.
The button is still working.
The buttons are still working. Yeah.
The buttons are still there.
This is like
It's all upset.
Yeah,
the back of his
on the
side
top,
of
yeah.
his
The shirt is wearing from the
Yeah, his head there, yeah.
IDF or something.
his shirt is from the
And depends
the
with the
center.
status.
I don't even think
No, the
it's
shirt he
his
was
own,
wearing is from the
it's
center where they had his
his own.
yarmulke with the button.
The Schleikes.
Oh, here, okay, here's a,
Oh, Schleikes.
this is a pic from like the 80s.
We'll talk after the
I went to that cheer.
Right.
You went where?
So 40
I
years-
went Bossi
46
Lakani.
years ago, yeah.
Oh, you went to Basilagani? Good.
Yeah, Moshe Volvotsky.
Very nice. Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah,
When I was a chosim, my shpigi asked me
L'chaim.
if I want to hold the watch. He said, no. So what do you want? So I want a Menera. She says, why? I took watch, I put it in the safe. Maybe when I go to the house and I put it on. Once a year. You said only
How are you?
And then
How are you today?
that was my
And it turns out who needs watches today? They have the cell phone. Okay, let's collect it.
yeah, finishing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I want to collect it.
I need a stamazé because the Taimonic soda. They say like a shell.
They say shell?
They say shell on the right.
Oh, they say shell Hanukkah. The middle, that's one word, but it's, they want to say shell Hanukkah.
Lincoln Square Synagogue.
Like you would think it's the least mistaber.
Lincoln Square Synagogue.
Okay, thank you everyone for joining us tonight. It's Parrots is diving for the It's a